Okay, last time we left off we'd financed a play and know exactly where to go to deal with this new vampire guild. Let's take our journal first, before rushing into anything. So we got Aaron's tasks. Certainly, those should be in the done quest, really. Running 5 flagons, hunt for Valagar, and, yes. Anything from the previous set. Yeah, we still got those potions for Jadarath. Journey to the Windspear Hills, Umar Hills, the Cult of the Eyeless. Right. I don't see us being too interested in rushing off.
Of course.
Into the vampire lair. Actually getting some slowdown here because I'm using an old graphics card. Why? Well, that should become evident within about a week of me posting this video. Maybe a bit sooner, depending on what I decide to do.
I wouldn't dream of refusing.
But it's serviceable enough.
Good to see a like-minded friend to be.
Help! You've got to help, please! What? What is the matter? Oh no, they're here! They've caught me! Who? Aha!
Your blood is rather inviting.
Okay.
You point, I punch.
Looks like we're going to have to do a load of level restoring after this, but...
Where Minsk goes, evil stands aside.
Yes?
We are going to just
Yes.
wander off, actually. Reason being, we're not that interested in what's going on here.
Let me have a taste. Come.
You cannot run, apparently. Okay, we're going to have to turn and fight. Because if that's the case, there's not much we can do.
Just as I thought.
Okay, we can't save Sanzuki. But we can
Sir, it is done.
distract with the only person who's actually protected from negative plane energy. It's a real bugger to restore levels, so that's why I wish to avoid this as much as possible.
I shall follow your strength.
Ready and able.
Can we test the Rod of Resurrection on her? It's probably not going to work, but it's the type of thing he'd do, I think. No. No effect.
I am your destiny awaits.
Okay. Everyone, just
Task.
jump on her, basically.
Sorrow guides my hand.
And have we... Ah, yes. Fire of Heaven might help us.
I await.
You have non-magical scimitar, so the Lightning of Heaven will have to help.
I am ready. Something because you will. Fear.
There we go. She died from load of lightning, and fire, and a Minsk, and a Korgan. Yeah, that was a bit of a easy fight, luckily.
Yes, certain no dwarven blood runs through ye.
Boo points, I punch. Is very simple relationship, but it is effective.
Oh dear, he's called Boo Vermin. Indeed. Right, yeah, so we took a bit of level damage. Energy drain. That actually does mean level drain, it's just... Whoa.
Yes. I am.
Dudes, that's kind of cheating, I mean...
swords!
You can
Jump
know we
on
were
my
here.
sword while you
Require
can,
my
evil.
consents on the head of a
I
business
won't well.
Let me just turn down the music. It's rather insistent. Unless the gaseous form somehow communicated that back to them.
Minsk and live by the sword.
Ready and
live a
able.
good
Victory shall be
long
ours.
time.
You know
Okay,
this.
do we have some form spell that could help here? Enter domination, true seeing, lesser restoration. Well, that'll be useful in other circumstances. Let us cast chant
Be quick with it.
to buff up.
Best be paid
I
well
am
for
ready.
this.
Well, Jaheira, why don't you distract them?
I go.
Let's see what your guts be looking like.
Has no effect. Weapon has fall, creature. With speed. Weapon has no effect.
There we go. Alright.
Of course.
Now, Laconia, this one the chant, unfortunately, but let's restore Yushima. Alright,
You need.
now she's fatigued.
I wouldn't dream of
So our little jaunt outside of the inn means that we already have the rest. We don't have any objections to that. In fact, it's an ideal day for us. Leave an inn and almost immediately back in one. So let's have a rest once more. Oh dear, we're going to probably plough through the Evermead. Oh, yeah,
How long?
wrong place. Tanner's office.
Just name what you want.
Thought it looks a bit off. There we are, there's the inn.
You must gather your party before venturing
Where
forth.
shall I display my skill and expertise?
You must gather your party before venturing forth. You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Okay. Right.
Ready, of course.
Time for a bit more bedtime reading, I think. What have we? History of Dambrath. History of Dambrath. The nation of Dambrath was formed out of a barbarian kingdom almost half a millennium ago by a powerful alliance of priestesses of Loviata and the drow from the city Tlindhet. In 211 Del Reckoning, fleeing from the destruction of their homeland by the great kingdoms of Untvar and Mulhorland, 4 tribes of unpronounceable barbarians entered Dambrath. They found a coast where the dolphins danced and the plains where the grass was long. They roamed from the borders of the walls of Harua as far east as the current borders of Estegund. They soon... Where do we go? They soon became known as the Archaeun, or People of the Wind. In 545, a great war chief, Reinhar, arose to lead the tribes. The halflings of Lurin were quickly enslaved, and several of the coastal cities of Durpar were captured and razed. Estegund fell to his rule, and eventually Reinhar turned his attention to Harua. An army of 40,000 horsemen and a fleet of 50 ships mounted a coordinated attack, and even though Reinhar was able to get beyond the walls of Harua and occupy the cities of Mifel, Goldor and Zalsu, their magics proved to be more than a match for the invaders. Reinhar was finally defeated in the great battle at Sulazia by the archmage Mycontil, sounds like a prescription painkiller, and his troop of wizards. Reinhar's son, well, this is a lengthy one. Reinhard's son, Reinhard II, took command of the army and set out on a 2-month overland retreat. He arrived home with 1,000 surviving fighting men and no shaman. Reinhard II proved to be as good a ruler and defeated as his father was in war. He consolidated his forces and pulled home almost all his troops, as he knew that the defeat made them tempting prey for raiders and encroaching monsters. This action allowed for the safe development of his peoples. By the time the 9th Reinhard was king in 802, the Archaeans were fat and lazy. Reinhard IX, or Reinhard the Foolish as he was more commonly known, insisted on expending his nation to gain more gold to finance his military campaigns. He ordered the mining of many rich lodes of silver and electrum in the Norwich Mountains, But before his plans of expansion could begin, the miners encountered the Drow of Plinter. The Drow were outraged and began a steady series of raids and attacks on the Arcuan strongholds. Whole villages were destroyed overnight, and no trace of the invaders could be found. Reinhard IX committed the foolhardy action of attacking the Drow in retaliation, while the Archaeans managed to get a force into the Drow city. This action only succeeded in uniting the normally chaotic Drow. For once, the full power of a Drow city was turned against an enemy. The battle quickly moved back to the surface. Reinhardt's raiders were wiped out, leaving Reinhard with only a small portion of his original military. This was not enough of the Drow, who demanded total enslavement of the service nation.